Hi, this is Amanda from Sound to Ground. Today, I'd like to ask, do you actually count your blessings in daily life regularly upon waking up or before you sleep? Gratitude and love are really the highest forms of frequency and vibration that can shower you with so much blessings and health and abundance and growth and peace and so much more. But how, you may ask, because you might be caught up with your day-to-day grind, right? Feeling stressed with things. You need to take care of so many things in your life and you just simply can't find the time, or you just think that this is just a very silly exercise. But, when stress catch up on you, it raises your cortisol levels. And there's this term called psychosomatic, right? Psycho meaning the mind, somatic meaning the body. And there's a saying that goes, you think your way to your health or disease, because everything starts from the mind. It starts from your thoughts, your beliefs, the situations and the stories that you replay in your mind again and again and again that reinforces your reality. You create your reality through your thoughts and your emotions. So what kind of thoughts are you having, right, day to day? And if we have 30 to 60,000 thoughts a day, how many of those thousands of thoughts are considered negative or positive in that manner? And if you are finding yourself caught in a more negative loop, right, maybe you are then feeling heavy, you're feeling that constant grind of stress at your feet, in the back, and your shoulders. When you flip it the other side and bring thoughts of gratitude, counting your blessings for what you already have, rather what you can have, it can bring some sense of lightness to that stressful, negative day. And sometimes we think that counting our blessings in having gratitude is from a grandiose point. You want that big thing to happen to you, then you can feel grateful for something. But more often than not, counting your blessings are just as simple as the small little things. The fact that you are able to wake up every day, right, breathing, you're alive, you're able to have a roof over your head. These are little things that we can count our blessings on, that little accumulated blessings that we grow and grow within ourselves. Of course, it doesn't make our problems go away, but it allows us to see things from a different pair of eyes. It can give you that sense of clarity, the composure in your state of mind, in the posture of your heart. Because when you are in a state of fear, anxiety, anger, or burnout, or overwhelm, sometimes you can't see beyond that. You can't feel beyond that. But once you just, let it go and be in that space of appreciation, counting your blessings, suddenly you'll see that there are many other paths, many other options available to you. And, reflecting on just this 6-month mark, I'm really surprised by how things, mindset and circumstances have shifted me quite remarkably. Call it law of attraction or law of resonance. Whatever that you intend, whatever that you are very sure that you want to bring into your life, you start to see how things will fall away. Those that do not matter, those that do not align to your intention, they are going to fall away, piece by piece. You create your reality through your thoughts and intentions. And the universe has a way to showing you how, when the time is ready. But you just have to do that inner work of creating that space within, right? Creating and letting go of certain things and mindset, situations, people, physical things, limiting beliefs, things that are roadblocks so that new realities are actually forming right in front of you. Perhaps it's already forming, but you're just blinded by the little clutter around you. So it's like seeing all the pieces start to fall in place together and forming this bigger picture. And new perspectives, opportunities start to open up with abundance. You know, we are all at different junctures in our lives with different situations, different needs, different desires. But, you know, of course, we're all in that process of letting go of some things that don't serve us well. I know that I am. You know, just letting go of certain false beliefs that continually create obstacles in my life's journey. And of course, if you see something in your pathway, if you're walking on the road, you would try to just take that block of thing and put it aside or just throw it away so you could walk through the whole path in the whole road. And that seems to be the journey of life, isn't it? We're always finding different ways, different paths. Certain times there's going to be 3 paths opening in front of you, and you have to make a decision which might be the right path. Or in other times, you are stuck with one road, and there are just a lot of obstacles right in the middle of the road that you have to maneuver. You either have to work on bringing out that block altogether or just going around it to go to the other side. And it can be a painful process. It can be a stressful process. But while we're dealing with stress, there's so many ways to regulate your nervous system so that you're able to handle the stress with more resilience, with more strength. And counting your blessings, giving yourself the time to appreciate what you already have, it's going to be that fuel. You know? Everything starts to make sense slowly, and knowing that everything and anything isn't by chance, you know, lessons are being put in place for learning, for growth. And through my own pursuits, I've met many people, acquaintances from all walks of life that I have resonated with at any point of time, who will have been on similar journey, perhaps eventually on a separate journey. There's so many beautiful friendships formed and connections formed that are built on that trust, that love, the openness, the shared experiences, the support. And whenever I feel a pinch of doubt or having that crappy day, you know, I just think about all of these connections that I have made or I am creating. And it gives me that boost to push further and appreciating that connections in that relational way. Or maybe it's me just growing older and maturing. You know, I value and enjoy engaging in conversations and one-on-one with people that resonate and just really find so much joy in them. And you know, perhaps it's just me coming from a more conservative Asian culture, we don't quite celebrate each other as much. Or because there's a lot of comparison, competition going on between people, that showing and celebrating others' success becomes something that's a little bit harder to achieve. But, you know, I myself have been wondering this perspective. So let's just take a moment to celebrate all your achievements, your struggles, your tears, your battles, your frustrations, every little crazy or amazing thing that had happened into your life, everything that you have put in, everything that has been a major success, a minor success. Just celebrate. I celebrate that for you. Know that everything happens or don't happen for a reason, maybe because of timings, and celebrate each baby triumphant steps that you take each day in your work, in your life, in your relationships. Because if you don't give it to yourself, who can? Right? Having that self-assurance and self-acceptance is a start to many of your own personal breakthroughs. So keep celebrating anyway. Having a pat on your own back whenever a mini task is done, or, at the end of the day's work, you're able to have a nice meal and just be in the fullness of it, to enjoy that in fullness and just appreciating all the senses. So what are you grateful for today?